the look of it is really fantastic, especially the fact that it is sort of in a 3D environment. You know, being able to move it around, just like you were seeing earlier, that's really awesome.
It's really great. Like, one of my favorite things to do is, you know, when I'm showing this to people, I walk up to that helicopter in the simulation, and I stand right in front of it, and I rewind, and I just have that helicopter slow motion coming down and crashing right at my feet, and then just have the body flying out of the helicopter right through you, right? Because it's a digital reconstruction. It's a really fun toy to play with. We really think people will enjoy exploring these crime scenes, but of course they're optional. There's a bunch of them all over the map, both the open world and the interior locations. They're entirely optional. If you want to, you know, if you enjoy the crime scene system, if you enjoy that fantasy of being the world's greatest detective, if you appreciate how we're trying to sort of take storytelling and gameplay and merge them together in this little system, awesome, you know, sink your teeth into it. But for people who aren't interested, they can just completely skip them and stay focused on the main objective or the most wanted, or, you know, whatever they choose.
Deadshot.
So this is actually the Deadshot side mission, right? Only one person is capable of a shot like that. It's Deadshot. He ricocheted a bullet off of the wall, killing the SWAT officer, which then ricocheted off, hit the helicopter, causing the helicopter to crash. Again, in the full game, you would set out, you would find Deadshot. We have an awesome encounter with him, which I really, really like, because he's a really cool character, right? But for now, we're going to move into the Royal, and this will give us a chance to show the last new feature that's part of this demo, which is a new gadget called the Remote Claw.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We were looking for a gadget. You know, there's a lot of love, a lot of attention in free flow combat. We were looking for a gadget that we thought would really create a new feeling in the Predator rooms. What the Remote Claw allows you to do is it shoots out a claw that grapples onto one character, and then shoots out another claw that'll grapple onto another object, whatever that object might be. Here you can see Pierre attaching the Remote Claw to two enemies. The line goes taut and it pulls them together, smacking their heads together, knocking them out. He can then swoop down, knock them unconscious. You can imagine what happens if you use the Remote Claw to string an enemy up to a gargoyle, or an enemy to an explosive barrel, or what have you. It's a great tool to create a whole new layer of sort of strategy and opportunity for the player to really sort of dominate in a Predator room.
I love it.
There you can see the explosive
That's awesome.
barrel. In this particular case, we really consider this a Remote Claw showcase, because he basically has infinite ammunition in the Remote Claw, so he can tear this room apart only using the Remote Claw. Clearly in the final game, it'll be it won't be quite the same. Quite the same.
Sure, and I imagine that we're going to be seeing you know, plenty of new gadgets, maybe some takes on some other things. Is it a little difficult to work in a sort of before setting, and you know, like, well, what's the logic behind having it here and not having it here?
A little bit. I mean, here's the thing. Any fan of Batman, or really any, you know, similar character across any medium can reinforce the fact that regardless whether it's comic books or TV shows or movies, Batman doesn't always carry his gadgets with him, right? Sometimes he goes out and he says, you know what? It's not ready. I just used it. It's in the shop. It needs to be repaired, whatever the case might be. This is just an example of that. And most importantly, it's gameplay first. And this is an awesome new gadget. We're not going to let ourselves be crippled by the fact that,
of course,
you know,
of course, yeah. I mean, you want to have cool new toys as well.
Cool new toys.
And we'll say this is the final cinematic for the demo. If we can go back to that, thank you.
Nice of you to drop in.
Surprise.
And just in time.
And we're always happy to see that guy.
He's my parasol. Remember, you gave your word.
You have
Love that punch.
Do they even have manners where he comes from? You see, it's a tradition in my house to open one present each on Christmas Eve. How about this one?
How many lives did you just take?
None. I think that was just a little stocking stuffer. A construction site blocking my view. But this one isn't.
Awesome.
Batman Arkham Origins.
You guys, looks like you have outdone yourselves again. What sort of information do you have for us in terms of when we can expect it? What systems will it be coming out for?
So it's a worldwide launch, October 25th. It ships on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, Wii U. There's the companion game, which is Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, which ships on the Nintendo 3DS. Excuse me. And the PlayStation Vita, also day and date, same day. We've already announced some pretty exciting pre-order, bonuses, which is the Deathstroke playable. So if you pre-order, you get a really, really cool experience where you get to play as Deathstroke with all of his new gadgets and his new abilities and all that sort of stuff. It's super cool. We started to announce some DLC. There's a lot more to come, but it's going to be a great package.
It's awesome. I can't wait. Another holiday buy for sure. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by. Guys, we're going to have a lot more coming at you. We're going to close out the day. We still got a few great games coming up here. Join us. Keep yourself tuned in here live from E3 2013. We'll be back with more after this.